What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you on the cryptocurrency stream. And guys, the Bitcoin price had a massive bounce off around the $31,000 level, guys, and we are definitely having a couple patterns play out right now, and maybe even a couple potential patterns playing out over the next few days. I want to show you guys exactly what I found in the price action, which could lead up to a breakout, and you guys could take this trade whether long or short. And guys, we have several other coins to talk about today. I want to talk about a few other alts. There's a lot of projects taking a lot of hits right now because of the Bitcoin price really plunging, guys. So are the alts just going to continue to burn, or are we going to get a little bit of a recovery right along with Bitcoin, guys? I'm going to do some analysis on several different coins today. If that sounds good to you, be sure to subscribe and like, and I'm going to dive right into the price action. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we definitely had a few patterns play out, and this was our short that we rode all the way down to around 31,000, guys, and made an excellent trade. And guys, just for transparency, I actually did a dip buy like right around here. It did not get filled, but I mean, we missed it by like $20, so that's unfortunate. But guys, we did get a nice crossing here, which shows that we are getting another pattern playing out, so we definitely have a big ascending wedge right here. Okay, very tall, very tight, okay, but definitely a very solid move going up. Okay, and guys, the reality is we don't know how far these wedges will go, so we could keep pumping up, or we're about to get a breakout right here momentarily. And the reason I think that is because of the volume. We're under the moving average, and as well we're hitting a major resistance zone, and we have the 7 dipping back towards the 20, guys, and we could obviously pull up a litany of other indications. For instance, let's just talk Bollinger Bands for a minute here. Even though this move is moving up, it's pretty tight, widening, tightening, widening, tightening. So we're going to get another move, either another leg up, or we will break out to the side, guys, just in simplicity. But we can turn off the Bollinger Bands and zoom in here a little bit, and we can see that we also have patterns within patterns with a couple moments of oversold and overbought territory, but all yielding very nice trade results. Okay, guys, I'm going to make these white just so they stand out a little better for you here. Okay, and then we'll do the target measurements after. Guys, just some really tiny patterns within patterns right here, but all played out really nice. Look at this, guys. This is great. Let's say this one actually breaks out to the side there. Okay, that's almost exactly what happened right here. I took my short right here, and yes, several moments of indecision there, but once we got another crossing with a little bit of stability, the volume came in, my mind was rested at ease easily, guys. Okay, so we're definitely in this pattern right here. Will we break out to the upside and continue up further, or will we just break out of this wedge right here and start to move this way and maybe even get a breakdown or a breakup, guys? We could go either way here. Just in simplicity, play your indications into your patterns, and your patterns into patterns get a good understanding of where the price action is going in the immediate. And guys, just in simplicity, if we get good volume, like for instance bullish volume into the market, we will break out up further, and if we get bearish volume, the indications will show us that we will be breaking out to the downside, guys. But for right now, I do not have a trade open yet, and this could go either way. Just be ready to make a trade, guys. It should happen over the next hour. And guys, just real quick, I wanted to show you guys the long-term chart for Bitcoin. This is the daily chart, and guys, just in simplicity, we have a little bit of work to do to get a rebound here. But on a good note, guys, we could be hopefully retesting the 200 within the next few days, guys. But in reality, we have broken every sign of estimated moving average support that there is, basically, unless you wanted to turn the 200 into like the 300 or something, in which case we're probably getting a pretty close bounce if I had to guess. Let me see here. Yeah, pretty close. We're basically right on it right now. So just in general, guys, you know, I like to just use the 100 and the 200 once we break the 55. So we do need a little bit of volume to come back into the market. For instance, we get a good volume spike like that in a bullish fashion, guys, we could easily be jumping out over the 200, guys, and we could easily end up in some kind of W formation here. Like we could kind of go like this and then get another leg higher. Okay, guys, I even put a tweet of a possible projection that we could end up laying out in, guys. And let me show you just an example here. So, for instance, let's zoom way in. Okay, and just an example here of what could happen. Okay, guys, so I definitely have a couple layouts here of what could play out and happen, guys. So, for instance, this would be a very bearish scenario, for instance, going down below $20,000, basically touching $20,000 and then getting a recovery, guys. I think this is about as bearish as we can get. I just wanted to show you guys this just so you're prepared in case something horrible happens. And if you look at it, it could be possible, okay? And this even right here could take longer to come out of. We could go, you know, further sideways, you know, something out like this for a while. Okay, guys, that would be the extremely bearish scenario. And guys, just let me show you what it could be if we flip it the other way. So I think this would be a more bullish scenario. Okay, we got a little mini accumulation phase right here. We kind of just bounce around, maybe form a little inverse head and shoulders, and then start to really pump up, guys. And what's really nice, this chart is actually a little behind here. It says we're at 34,000, so we're actually already up here, a little lower, like right there. So this is actually kind of happening so far. So let's see how this plays out, guys. But this would be the bullish scenario here. And in general, this little orange phase right here could just be an amazing time to be accumulating. The reason I'm pointing this out, guys, because if you go back to the previous top, once we broke $20,000, we hit up to around $42,000 and then got one of our biggest retracements thus far, dumping down around 30-some%, guys. So for instance, that's the top, that's the retracement. And what's really interesting is we actually got a nice little bounce off it, basically. Okay, so the relevancy is just there. So this area is extremely important. Guys, just in simplicity, if we break below, we are super bearish. And, this is, confirmation that the bear cycle is beginning, guys. Not even beginning, it's already underway. Okay, and then, guys, if we do break above, I'd say 42,000, guys, that's an extremely good sign that we're having a good recovery. And we will see some higher times, maybe even this year, okay? But it is looking like, just projection-wise for transparency, mid next year we could see some of these higher coin prices. I do have a projection of around 88,000 by early next year. Okay, guys. So, and to be honest, I think that's pretty modest. Okay, last year, I was being very modest as well, and we punched past those prices. So, guys, I think we could end up in some much higher times, just a little bit of things lining up, and I think we could easily end up there, guys. But let's talk about some alts. I just wanted to show you what I was looking at in the Bitcoin price action, short term and long term. All right, guys, this is Electroneum, and definitely an extremely popular coin on my channel, so definitely something I wanted to talk about, guys. And we definitely had some nice patterns yielding up to this breakout right here. Just draw them out for you. Okay. A couple moments of overbought and oversold territory there, but in general, guys, we ended up breaking out of this wedge and then measured from the back of the wedge, okay, to the lowest point right there. And guys, we actually really easily hit that right there. And guys, I would have just taken my profits right there if you were doing a fast trade, just within simplicity. But guys, a lot of people are very interested in the long-term projection for Electroneum. So guys, I wanted to talk about that a little today. So I'm going to kind of maneuver around the map here, just bear with me. So for instance, this major resistance zone, okay, if we zoom out, okay, we can see that all the way back here, okay, this was the previous retracement off of the first pump. Okay, when we pumped up to 0.18, okay? Then we had a major retracement, 54%. And guys, this is what I was using as my measurement here, as a projection for when we would pull back. And guys, like I said, we did punch past that, okay? It was originally like right here. Okay, so I did move it past, and we have to measure this in. I mean, guys, we're getting a major retracement here. So to be honest, we're extremely long overdue. But like I said, when Bitcoin makes a major movement or a big dump, guys, you're going to see that in the altcoins. And yes, that's exactly what happened, guys. So yes, it's very hard, to see a project we all love go like this, because you can see all my circles of small profits I've taken. And guys, let's just be real. I have a major position on this coin, and I will be holding, okay? So again, guys, just in simplicity, if we can there's two lines that are just extremely important here, and it's the 0.018 and 0.027, okay? And also for the immediate right here. Okay, so let's just zoom in right here so I can show you guys that. So basically 0.009, if we can get back above 0.01, okay, that is a good sign that we're going to maybe retest, okay? We're retesting the 100 right now, but then maybe retesting the 200, guys. And if we break above that, we don't have too much resistance up until 0.018, guys. And I think we will retest that, okay? We are getting a bit of a move right now, guys, but I don't want everyone to get too excited yet, guys. We still have a lot of work to put in. And guys, as you know, the legacy line is way up here, okay? So we have a lot of work to put in to get back on schedule to, for instance, maybe even break some higher times before the end of the year, guys. And again, just for transparency, if you didn't take profits at the top or the run or the lead-in trend line, legacy line, then guys, you are holding. I would not be panic selling. Any coin that I've taken a major hit in the last week or two, I am holding straight away. I will not be panic selling, okay, guys? Yes, it sucks seeing your hodl positions go down like that, but guys, that's what a hodl position is, okay, you have to hold strong. Okay, I saw in the comments something doing a Game of Thrones reference. Hold a door. Guys, you got to hold strong. Hold strong. Okay, guys, let's talk about mana. A lot of people super interested in mana right now. And guys, man, another coin that took a massive hit because of the Bitcoin price plunging. But guys, in reality, we held the bottom trend line. That is great, right? That is super good news, guys. That really could confirm higher times, especially if we start pushing back up. And let's just talk estimated moving averages for a second. We've broken above the hourly 55, guys. And what do I always say when we break the hourly? That's a great sign that we're going to have momentum to that end, okay, guys? So if we can just break above the 100, we will retest the 200. And guys, before you know, we could be back up above $1 again, guys. And I was projecting, a $2 mana before the end of the year. And when a big dump like this happens, it gets everyone very worried that those projections might not actually happen. But guys, remember what happened last year? We pumped up, we retraced, we went sideways for a long time, boring. I remember just saying, guys, I know it's boring right now, and we're going over a lot of the same stuff, but guys, that's the reality we're faced with. I will always give live representation of what's going on in the market so you guys can make accurate trades. So, guys, just in simplicity, we've got to get good volume on this coin back up to retest some of these resistances and get back up on the lead-in trend line, and then hopefully get back up towards the bump. Essentially, when we had a big run up there, we want to get back way up above $1.05, basically. Like we zoom out here, guys, you can see this is the all-time high right here. And just for transparency, guys, I actually did nip the top. This coin, I took out all the money I invested in riding free coins. This coin I feel really good about, and I couldn't have made a better decision. I obviously could have sold it all and got right back in down here, guys, but that's when I will say, we are not psychic. Okay, I can only foresee about maybe a couple days ahead, a week ahead, and we can only project. We can make projections on what could have happened by the past. But guys, I think a dump to this magnitude no one saw coming. I thought, just for transparency, I thought we would get a good bounce right here. Board wide off of the lead-in trend line. So when we didn't do that, guys, I knew we were in for a bit of a red run. And again, for transparency, I thought we would hit 30s, not high 20s. Jeez, what a dump. That is the greed of institutions, guys. They will not buy coin in the 40s and the 30s, and apparently they're pushing it for the 20s. So, guys, they really did scoop up all the panic selling, guys, and I think we're going to see a good recovery here. And if we don't see a massive recovery, we'll see a sideways move and maybe even another retest of pushing those prices lower, guys. That's what I'm anticipating. And, guys, it could definitely happen. So, anyway, if we can start to work back up towards these resistance, break above the 100, retest the 200, guys, and then watch for some patterns to play out. For instance, we zoom in right here. We did have a couple tiny patterns, and maybe like a wedge moving up right now. So, for instance, we could have something like this. Okay, I'm going to make this yellow. Okay, guys, I really like wedge theory. It works really well. So, again, we will be riding up for a while, but good volume has to come into the market. Otherwise, we will break down out of this and kind of just roll over. Everyone's afraid of the rollover right now. We roll over prices, we will continue to go lower. So, again, hopefully we can get some good volume in here, breaking the moving average, guys, and that's when we can start to be thinking about a little bit of relaxation here, getting a little relief rally here. That's what's really needed, basically board wide here. And let me talk about Doge real quick. I haven't looked at this one yet today. Let's see what we're working with here, guys. All right, so interesting times, guys. Remember I was saying the 4-hour play? Like this whole time, since back in late April, I was saying the 4-hour playing being your most optimal time for now and the future. Well, guys, let's be real here. Wow, you could have gotten in at some amazing prices here. Here's another 4-hour play. Both of these 4-hour plays were optimal. So that's just awesome, guys. Even if you got in to chase this, even if you got in right here before this, even if you got in right now, okay, if you got in right now at any of my calls there, you're in a great place, guys. So congratulations to all who took those trades. And let's be real, guys. Doge is gonna recover. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Doge, it will always be a joke to me. I don't care what anyone says. It is a joke coin. It started that way. It still is that way. It's only getting hype, okay? But the reality is, with all this hype, it will pump. People are pumping it. It will see $1. It will see $1, guys. You'll see. And just for transparency, guys, let's look and see what we got in the patterns. So we clearly have a big pattern right here. So I'm going to draw that one first before I get into the smaller stuff. And there's a lot of talk whether you want to, exclude these wicks here. And, for instance, if you exclude the wicks, you have a wedge. But you have a horizontal triangle if you count the wicks in. Okay, so definitely two patterns we could be playing out right now. But guys, I'm leaning more towards the wedge just for transparency, so I'm going to make that white. Okay, and we could get a retest of this pattern right here, which would basically be retesting the 100. And again, if we get volume into the market, we could get a breakout. Guys, get ready to make this trade. And guys, if you haven't, already bought some Doge at these prices, geez, I actually would be taking the 4-hour or the 4-hour 55 EMA play. One of these two buy options, guys. Basically, we retest the bottom of this support. I'd take it, or if we break out down, I'd take that breakout to the downside. Okay, so remember, play your indication plays, but if you get a breakout play to the downside, I want to do a good scoop buy. That's definitely, we call that fishing. That's definitely a good opportunity right there for you guys as well. And guys, one more coin I wanted to talk about was AMP. All right, I haven't looked at this one yet, guys, but just in simplicity, we have broken the lead-in trend line to the downside, and then we have broken above it and are retesting the 100 right now. So this is a good sign for AMP. A lot of people very worried in AMP when we had this big dump off of the trend right here. Okay, but guys, like I said, we had a, my gosh, this is more than a trifecta. I need to figure a name for this because we have the 7 crossing the 20, crossing the 55, crossing the 100, crossing the 200. Guys, this is beyond, this is something crazy. I have to figure a name for this, but guys, this is, screaming massive pressure to the downside. Okay, so definitely an amazing shorting opportunity right here, guys. Even if you took that short, I mean, my gosh, guys, you could have had a 600% with even 10x leverage. I mean, guys, that's incredible. That is incredible. So guys, let me know if you caught that in the comments, guys. That's just incredible. I did take this a little bit, but I actually got out like right around here. Guys, if you would have rolled that all the way to the bottom, we're talking some massive gains, guys. That's just incredible. We are having a crossing back up to the upside here. So guys, just like I said, let's watch for our pattern to form out, but let's zoom in and see what we got here. Nothing too clear, to be honest with you guys. Maybe some small patterns within patterns, but I'm looking for a bigger pattern right now, and I don't want to just force one. I mean, this is all we really have to work with right here. Okay, so we could definitely get a breakout pretty soon, or we could just keep working up and then even punch up further, guys. We are above the 200 on the 15, so we have broken a lot of resistances here. And again, we are back in on the lead-in trend line above a major resistance. Okay, so that is really good, guys. Let me know what you guys think about AMP project, guys. I'm actually, the only reason I think we didn't have a massive explosion like I was talking about is because of the Bitcoin retracement. Okay, guys, and I think AMP still has a lot of promise to the upside, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about AMP project. I think it's the future of a lot of different things, maybe even PayPal. I mean, it has a lot of good opportunity here, guys, and I'm definitely invested on this coin. I will not be missing out on the profits, guys, and I suggest you guys do the same. Guys, that's all the time I have for today. These are pretty epic times in crypto. Everyone's feeling a little hopeful right now with a big bounce off around $31,000, guys. And yes, when we broke down below 30, man, what a fear. What, the fear and greed index, something I wanted to bring up for you guys just real quick. So guys, here's the fear and greed index right here. And as you can see, we have extreme fear. So what's really interesting is the last times we had extreme fear was when we dipped, down into the $3,000 range last March. So this has been the first time we've had extreme fear since then, guys. And what's really interesting is we're still sitting around $37,000 and change here. So this is a really good sign that, hey, maybe the bottom is in. If anything, we'll move sideways, maybe a little lower. Institution might scoop up a little more cheap coin, but guys, before you know it, we're going to run up to some massive high times, guys. My bags are packed. I am ready to go, guys. I am ready for my never-ending vacation. We've all been putting in such hard work. Let's be real here, guys. So we just have a lot of good times ahead of us. And guys, the reality is if you're not making the gains that you feel like you should be making, guys, remember I am offering a student program, and the success rate among the group is just biblical. It's just incredible. I mean, we are changing lives here, and you'll feel it immediately when you get into Zion. Just the group is really crushing it, making gains, making profits every single session. And guys, the reality is when you're learning your financial freedom, it's just really fun. When you're around a bunch of like-minded individuals, all after the same cause. And let's be transparent here, guys, making money is fun. It's really fun. And if you can actually make enough money to start to think about, hey, this could be your profession, guys, that's what this is all about. And again, just for transparency, among the group, there's probably only been like 2 people which have bowed out of, you know, over 100 at this point. And my gosh, guys, I can't stress enough, you know, just as a teacher, seeing this is just incredible. It's just incredible. You know, it's the best feeling as a teacher, seeing the happiness you guys achieve from figuring out your financial freedom through my teachings, guys. And man, I will be doing this, you know, forever until I'm too old and can't do it, or my family life does not avail me to do so. But guys, you know, I'm here to stay. So if you really want to discover your financial freedom, reach out to me today at bitcoindestar@gmail.com. My buddy Mitch will be happy to send you your onboarding email. And guys, as you know, my website is up right now. You can obviously go right over to the website. The links are in the description below. And guys, you could sign up right there and get booked in, and you know, get booked in within the next 2 weeks. It's that simple, guys. And you'll be in Zion. You'll meet an excellent group, and guys, that is just the best environment. Please, if you're thinking about doing, you know, a college or going to a trade school, just remember you are getting a group setting for a huge price over there, and there's no guaranteed absorption rate. That's the beauty of one-on-one attention. It almost guarantees an absorption rate. Okay, guys, so understand I've been at this for, geez, you know, 10, 15 years, okay, aggressively in the last 5. And the reality is if you can expedite that process without all the trial and error and failure, guys, my gosh, you guys could surpass me someday. You will be learning faster than I did. That's the reality. So, you know, you guys have a lot of potential in my course. I really want you guys to hear that. If, you know, you're tired of your job, you're not making enough in the trades, this is for you guys. And the course is extremely undervalued. You know, we're talking around $7,000 for 25 hours of learned material, guys. And let's just be transparent even further. I could clearly trade for 2 or 3 hours and make more money than that, easy. This is how I'm giving back. Okay, this is how I'm giving back to you guys. I want you guys to discover your financial freedom. So reach out to me today at bitcoindestar@gmail.com, guys. Remember, if you don't come from a rich family must come from you. And with cryptocurrency, I make it as easy as riding that wave. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.
Audio Jungle.